Hi, I'm Christopher Burgon. I own and run Christopher Burgon Solicitors. We're a specialist litigation and commercial law firm based in London. This is the fifth of 6 videos. The title of the series is 6 Steps for Majority Shareholders Who Want to Take Back Control. And it's for people who find themselves in businesses where the director shareholders are the same people, but one of the director shareholders has gone rogue, is lying to the other directors, ripping off and undermining the business. The first video was about basic company law and who controls a private limited company. Second video was about getting the rogue director out of the business, making sure they're removed as a director and dismissed as an employee. Third video was about protecting the business and whether or not you needed an injunction to do that. The fourth video was about bringing in action for recovery of losses from the director, the rogue director. Which brings us to this, the fifth video, perhaps the crunch, which is even if somebody's been ripping off the company, they've been removed as a director, there may be an ongoing court case against them, that person is still a shareholder of the business. They are still entitled to a share of the profits. How very galling that must be. Very difficult to get rid of shareholders because shares are considered property, like houses, like real property, and the court is very reluctant to give an order forcing someone to sell their shares. Now, there is something called a Section 994 petition, that's Section 994 of the Companies Act 2006, sometimes called an unfair prejudice petition. That is a possible route for you. As a majority shareholder, you could issue a claim under Section 994. The court will only make an order compelling a minority shareholder to sell their shares in circumstances where it's shown that they have been very obstructive and they are really hindering the management of the company. So what do? Well, any minority shareholder that wants to hold on to their shares, if you don't pay them dividends, they can bring their own Section 994 petition to make you pay those dividends. So really, you've got to come up with some kind of negotiated settlement. Now, I want to take you back to the fourth video about claiming losses from the director, from the rogue director. It seems to me that your best way forward in trying to force a minority shareholder to sell their shares is to bring a claim against them or to threaten to bring a claim against them for the considerable damages which they have caused to the business and then come to a negotiated settlement where you set that off against the value of the shares. Let me give a quick example. We had somebody, again in the construction trade, their business partner who was taking care of the marketing set up a shadow website. And they said, give me 50% of the shares or else we will start competing against you. My client refused to give him the extra shares. He already had 30%. My client refused to give him the extra 20%. So what we did is we brought an action against him for the losses that he had caused by competing against us, even though he owed fiduciary duties to our company. So we were able to negotiate a settlement where we got many tens of thousands of pounds in damages, and we got return of the 30% shares that he did own for £1. So I think that's your best route forward, really, to get rid of a difficult minority shareholder, is to bring a case against them and then negotiate. It may be that the minority shareholder doesn't want to hold on to the shares, and they can force a sale if they issue their own Section 994 petition. But if they don't do that, if they want to hold on to the shares and make your life difficult, then there's not much you can do apart from negotiate with them. Bringing that case for damages against them helps you negotiate from a position of strength. A lot of people say to me, well, I'll just set up a new company. I'll drain all the assets out of the old company and put it into the new company. Well, that's very difficult because that means that you as a director are acting against the interests of the old company and you leave yourself potentially open to personal liability for the losses incurred by the old company. You could say, well, I'll dilute the shares, I'll just issue a lot of shares, but again, that would allow the minority shareholder to issue a Section 994 petition and claim his losses from you. You could put your old company into insolvency, but that seems to me to be a very unwise idea. So there you go. Very difficult. You can get rid of the rogue director, but you really need to be in a position of strength to negotiate with him to get rid of his shares, but it can be done. We have done it. If you find yourself in a position where you've got a shareholder that you don't want and you want to get rid of them, then we would love to speak to you. I'm sure that we could help you. Please get in touch by going to the website, press the book a meeting button. That allows you to pick a time and date from my calendar. We can have a conversation which is absolutely free of charge. Alternatively, drop us a line, give us a call and we'll call you back, or leave a message in the space underneath this video. Thanks very much.